Hey there, what's up? You guys caught me on that awkward moment where I'm like, are we live yet? Are we not? You know what I'm talking about. What's up, ladies? How are you today? Go ahead and drop in the chat. Let me know how you're doing today. I would love to just help celebrate your success. I would love to know how you're feeling, maybe what intentions you set today so that you can really step into the best version of you. My name is Karissa Atkins, and I am the CEO and founder of 365 Daily Hustle. I also am the founder of the Reclaim Your Best Life Health, Weight Loss, and Women's Empowerment Program. Now, my company is a global health coaching company helping women in their 40s and 50s lose weight, feel energized, and show up with 10 times the confidence so that they can truly live healthy, happy, and more successful lives. Now, ladies, today we are talking simple strategies to help you feel less stress, less overwhelm, less anxiety, and more happiness, more abundance, more healthy. You get the idea, right? We want to move away from the overwhelm and step into the best version of you. So let me know right now if you're catching this live. Just give me a hashtag live in the comment section. And if you're catching this on the replay, that's all good too. But let me know that this is a replay. And then of course, at the end, you guys, I am going to ask you to drop in, maybe an aha or a takeaway that you got from today's free training. It's important for me to provide you real, no BS strategies that really is going to help you step up your game and step into the most powerful queen leader that I know is within you. It's literally my purpose, and it's my mission. It's the reason why I get up every single day striving to be the best version of me so that I can help other women do the same thing. Okay, so we're going to talk strategies. So if you don't know who I am, I'm a huge personal development junkie, and I literally will give you, strategies and tips and advice on how to create better health, better business, better life, etc. Okay, I'm going for 10x style here. So on the outside, right, it may look like you've got everything together. If that's you, raise your hand. On the inside, it probably feels a bit different. I definitely used to be a woman who, everyone would always say, Karissa, you've got your shit together. You're always here and you're doing this. And oh my gosh, and you look great. You're in great shape and blah, blah, blah. And your life and your family and your kids and your husband and right. You have such a great life. But on the inside, I was screaming. I was like, if you could have opened up and asked my heart and my soul how it felt, it would have been crying for help. Okay. So most women who I work with, right, they're exhausted. Their life has been taken over by their work or their careers, and not necessarily in a bad way, right? I'm a hustler. I'm a hard worker, but I'm also working hard and hustling for my best and healthiest life. Okay, there's got to be the balance. With all the masculine energy comes the feminine flow. That's how we create that sense of balance. And I'll tell you a little bit more about how you can do that here in a minute. So maybe you're like, no, my work is fantastic, but my home life is like, oh my gosh, right? Like your health maybe has been put on the back burner for way too long because your work is important to you. Maybe you no longer feel present for the people that you love, right? Hello, phones, thank you for this. Has anyone ever been in that moment where their kids have come up to them, from school, and you're like, how was your day? And then they answer you, and you're like, cool. And you're like stirring the spaghetti, and you're like, hey, how was your day? And they're like, Ma, I already told you. Right? Like that has happened to me multiple times back in the day before I figured out, how to find the balance and the flow and find really ease and freedom with time. So maybe you feel like there's got to be more to this crazy thing called life. There's got to be a better way of doing it. Hopefully you're not on the verge of burnout yet, but that's kind of what happens. Hey, Contessa, how are you? That's a beautiful name. I'm sorry if I butchered that. That's beautiful. Yeah, so like we've got to create something better. It can't always be hustle and grind, because what happens is we put ourselves last. Okay, so I'm just going to get into these strategies, because if you're like me, you're extremely busy, you're out building empires, and you're still trying to make it all work at the home front. Okay, so I'm going to give you 4 proven, no BS strategies to help you create more balance and flow and ease and freedom in your life. Okay, so first things first, balancing your professional and personal life can be challenging. Yes, 100%. Does my life always feel balanced? No, but I try and always balance it back out. Okay, the yin, the yang. It is essential though, ladies, if we want to create more wealth, health, and lasting relationships. Okay, and I say all of that because, I used to believe that if I just worked harder and I hustled harder, that I would be able to create more income. And that is the complete opposite mindset that I have now. In fact, I don't work Fridays, and I make more money, 6-7 figures in my business. I'm six figure, going for 7 figure, but I've never been able to create more wealth in my life, and I'm actually working less and I'm having fun. Health, right? We need our health. Health is wealth. We can have all the money in the world, ladies, but without our energy, without confidence, without mental health, without physical health, what do we have? And if you don't have health, right, and you're constantly striving for your career and your business goals, what happens to our relationships? They fall by the wayside. They do. I literally in 2019 filed for divorce, and it was because for 5 years in the corporate world, I allowed that role, that job, that title, that hat to get the best version of me. I took advantage of my marriage thinking it would always last, that it would always be there. And instead, I lost track of what was really important to me, right? My family no longer became my priority. And that was it was a sad day when I realized, like, oh my God, me and my husband are completely on opposite sides. I'm over here and growing and developing and challenging myself, and he's over here, and we weren't challenging each other. Okay. Good morning, Joy. Hi, beautiful. So let's get right to it, right? Because we have to find the balance. We have to find the balance. Whether it's food, there's a balance, right? Working out, there's a balance. So life and doing life should be just the same. So here we go. Step number 1, get your pen and paper out right now, because these are some no BS strategies that are going to help you level up in your life. So number 1, you have to know what your priorities are. I mean, can I get an amen for that? Most women will be like, oh yeah, well that's important, and that's important, and that's important, and this is important, and oh yeah, I got to do that. And they have a laundry list of to-dos, right? Items, shoulds, coulds, musts, needs. But really, when it comes down to living your best life, oh my gosh, that's the complete opposite approach we want to take. And instead, we need to get back to focusing on what's important to us. So ladies, just write down at the top of the paper, what are my top 5 priorities? Okay. And once you know them, there can't be 100 of them, because let's face it, as much as we like to think we are Wonder Woman and we can handle it all, whew, that's no bueno, right? No good, right? Because we can't handle it all. We do need the support. We do need the accountability. We do need mentorship. Because you running around telling yourself that you can handle it all, that you can do it all, is going to lead you to a burnout state. Okay, you're going to be overwhelmed, tired, exhausted, full of anxiety, maybe depression, and finding yourself sucking down pills just to get to bed on time. Or drinking, energy drinks to get up. Get the job, get your body motivated. So we have to figure out what our priorities are, and no BS priority. Okay. So if you went to bed and something was taken away out of your life, what would you fight like hell to get back? Is that your health? Is that your mind? Is that your husband? Is that your kids? Is that your spiritual faith? What is it? Okay. Then once you've got your 5 priorities, locked down, laser focused, then I want you to think of just 5 things that support your priority. Okay. That's when you can kind of think, if my health is a priority, what are 5 things that support my physical health? Working out, eating clean. Maybe it's food prep. Maybe it's macros. Maybe it's less sugar. Maybe it's less processed foods, more sitting down around the table meals. What are 5 things that you can commit to that support your priority? If your relationship is a priority, are you dating your spouse? Those 5 action steps, and that is the stuff that we need to be scheduling every single day. I always love looking at my clients' calendars because they'll tell me all day long where they're like, well, this is important. My health, my weight loss goals are important. I'm like, cool, let me see your calendar. And then they show me their calendar, and not on a single day of the week has anything to do with, with health or with fitness or with exercise or with movement or with, journaling or self-care. Nothing. They think their calendar is only for work. I'm here to tell you that you've got to schedule in your self-care. You've got to schedule yourself back on that calendar. Okay? That will get you out of overwhelm and into the best version of you. All right, tip number 2, boundaries. The good old B word that you probably knew was coming. The only boundary that I really want you to start working on is the boundary of saying no. Practice that. Like, seriously, I want you to just say no, no, no. No feels good. Most women have a problem with saying no. And it comes from a great place. I promise I'm not judging you for that, because there are healers and teachers and coaches that are like, yes, I just want to help people. Yes, I see you, people pleaser, but I'm telling you, you can't help anybody unless you first help yourself. You becoming the best version of you, you stepping outside of the overwhelm and back into your powerful leader self, that is an inner job. You have to take yourself seriously. You have to take your health, your mental health, physical health seriously. Okay? So get in the practice of saying no. You don't need to back it up with excuses. You just need to simply, with confidence, be able to say, no, thank you. Or, now's not a great time. Feel free to reach back out. It's okay to say no. If someone's not going to honor that because, and they just want you so much from you, do you really want to work with them anyways? I mean, think of the realtor that says yes to all of her clients, yes to answering the contracts at midnight, yes to, that realtor is like so overwhelmed and thinks that her clients run her schedule instead of the other way around. Some extra coaching tips that I kind of want to give you on boundaries is that I want you to set boundaries for all areas of your life, right? So set boundaries for your health, your business, your relationships, your self-care. Okay, so one of the business boundaries that I set, and feel free to drop yours below if you love, if you have like a solid boundary put in place, I want to know about it. What is your boundary? Let me help celebrate that with you. Okay. But one of the boundaries that I give myself is a solid working hours boundary. So when I used to work in corporate, now I was a little bit different because it was marketing, and sometimes after 5 p.m. is when the marketing really began. Raise your hand if you're like feeling like that, right? There's so many networking events that you could go to at the end of the day at 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock networking. Maybe that 6 a.m. like networking group that loves to meet that early, right? Get shit done that early. All is good. But what happens when you have a job that you have to go in to work for is typically they have hours, right? I mean, working hours, 9 to 5, 8 to 5. So when I used to handle all of the marketing, the hours for the shop was 7:30 to 5. That's a long day. That's a long day. But as the marketing director, now it was my job from 5 to 7 to be at community events, to volunteer, to go to networking events, to schmooze with clients. So my job really was like 7:30 to 7 p.m. and it was ridiculous, right? Hello, burnout. I was there. I was under so much stress. Literally, my hair was falling out. My Hashimoto symptoms started to really shine bright when I was under so much stress. Your body has so much wisdom, so listen to it, you guys. But yeah, so that extra tip here is to set yourself some business hours. If you are now working from home, if you are an entrepreneur, if you're the CEO, you still have to set working hours for you. Just because we can take our laptops anywhere doesn't mean that we should be working at all hours of the day. I had a client one time, funny story. She was answering emails while she was going to the bathroom. Like, what? Are you kidding? Like, go to the bathroom in peace and then come back. I promise you the work will always be there. And I'm telling you, as fear-facing, go-getting women, right? Women who are out to make an impact, we will always find work to do, right? Because we have a higher purpose saying, go, go, go. All right, I'm going to keep moving on. So tip number 3, 2 more, and then I'm done. Tip number 3 is you guys have got to get organized, okay? You've got to create structure in your workday and in your life. Personally, I time block everything, okay? I schedule everything. Don't forget when you are scheduling things that if you were going to start with a blank slate, right, a blank calendar, the first thing that needs to go in first is your self-care. It's your priorities, right? It's the date nights. It's the going to kids' softball games. It's the workout in the morning. It's the spiritual power hour. It's the midday movement break. Whatever your self-care looks like, and it's okay if it looks different for you. I'm just saying, like, schedule that first. Then you can schedule all of your work. That alone will help you create more balance in your life. I promise you. Okay, if you are scheduling yourself beautiful time throughout the day to reflect, to breathe, to just simply be, to eat lunch without the laptop in front of you, you will feel like you're not always on. Okay, this world that we're living in is leading us. It's our job to stay in control and say, no, this is what I stand for. I stand for being a great mom, and I stand for being, like a great wife, and I'm standing, I respect my body enough to treat it properly with good food and exercise, less stress, things like that, okay? So your schedule is one of your biggest tools. At least it is mine. I've got a marketing calendar. I've got, like an all-in-one, Outlook calendar that has everything, but I've got my marketing calendar. I've even got a focus board. I mean, check out my focus board right here. Everything that's important for me to do is on that focus board. And my focus board includes hell yes wins. It includes my clients' wins. It includes my divine downloads that I received during my meditations. It includes my affirmations, my goals, my things to remember, cool ideas. Okay, get yourself organized, and everyone is going to have a different way that they like to keep themselves organized, right? You've got women who have digital notebooks like this. You've got women with notebooks galore, with colored pens and paper. All is good. You've got to find what works for you. There's no one size fits all approach to this, just like fitness, just like, nutrition. All right, my fourth and final thing is we are going to talk about that to-do list, right? The never-ending to-do list that we all probably have. So when it comes to your to-do list, if you're feeling overwhelmed, and again, this could be your work to-do list, this could be your decluttering projects at home to-do list, doesn't matter what it is, okay? I want you to just simply look at your list if you're feeling overwhelmed with it. Some people really organized, right? They know exactly what they're doing Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Yes, I'm guilty. I'm a little OCD with my time. However, I have freedom, and freedom is scheduled in my calendar. Okay, time, freedom, thinking time. But I want you to take your to-do list. So go ahead and pull it out right now. And it could be a whole freaking notebook. And I want you to just simply pick 3 things. So every day I come in and I say, what are the 3 major things that I need to do besides coaching and besides speaking events? Okay, because sometimes I can have 6 coaching calls in a day. So if there's a day that I only have 1 or 2 coaching calls, then it's like, what are 3 things that I have to get done? These are the needle movers. Okay, so you have to kind of just pick 3. You can keep adding on. Okay, if you got time, keep adding them on. Keep checking the boxes. But if you're feeling overwhelmed, then this is really going to help you. So first, you're going to pick 3, right? You're going to get really clear, write them down. This is what I am doing today. These 3 things, and I will walk away at 4 o'clock feeling freaking fantastic, okay? Or you can take this approach. It's called the triple D. You either do, you delegate, or you delete. Can I get an amen for that one? Okay. I mean, for real, ladies, you got to look at that list and you're like, okay, there's only one of me. There's 1,000 items on this list. What is something only I can do? What is something only I can do, right? What is something that I need to delete? This is the item that keeps making its pretty little appearance every single week, every single month that you never end up doing. Okay, now if it's really important, I would love to encourage you to hop on a coaching call with me because there's probably a reason for why you're procrastinating on that. And I would love to kind of dive a little bit deeper on that one. But yeah, just in general, right? What do you need to delete off your list? Okay, if you're trying to clean out your pens because half of them never work and you're like, you know what? That's just another bullet point on my to-do list that makes me feel incredibly overwhelmed. Delete it, right? They used to make whiteout. Anyone remember whiteout on a list? Yeah, like, hello. Now they have pens that erase. Thank God for that. But you get what I mean. You can only do so much. Everything you need to delete off the list, meaning it's probably not that important anyways, or you need to delegate. And as leaders, as powerhouse queens and babes, we need to start delegating more. I didn't start hitting 20K plus months, right? Until I started deleting, or until I started doing the tasks that only I can do, deleting the crap off my list that really doesn't serve me or my business, and I started delegating, right? I hire people out now. I'm telling you, if you're like, I can't afford to hire a VA to like do my lead gen or my email marketing sequences or my admin work, I'm telling you, yes, you can. I'm giving you permission. You can. Because that will open up flow and space and ease in your calendar for the things that you're actually brilliant at. Okay, ladies, really quick, I want to recap, right? Really, really quick. And then I want you to drop your favorite part about today's training or teachings or whatever you can appreciate about, this live. So number 1, figure out your priorities. And part B to that is think about only 5 things that will support that. You don't have to do all the 5 things, but if you're trying to create a better spiritual practice, like number 1 thing would just be adding that time to your calendar. Maybe a second thing would be finding a book that you absolutely love to read. Okay. So it doesn't always have to be like major action steps. Number 2, boundaries. Learn the art of saying no. I have a phenomenal PDF that I give out in my Healthy Hustle Facebook group. It's called How to Say No with Grace, Not Guilt. We should not feel guilty for saying no to things that really don't move us, okay? Number 3, was to get organized and time block. Get organized, create structure. If you're running around like a chicken with your head cut off or the hamster on the never-ending wheel that's so fast, stop. Get control. Okay? You're in control. And the 4th thing, look at that to-do list and use either the triple D, do, delegate, or delete, or again, just choose those 3 things that are going to allow you to make progress, movement in your life. Okay? So last thing that I want to quickly mention, I am hosting an absolutely free 31-day challenge. It's a lifestyle challenge encouraging you all to create some new healthy habits in the month of July. So starting July 1st, we are kicking off the 31-day Healthy Habits Challenge over in the Healthy Hustle Facebook group. The link is below in the description. So once you join that group, then you'll see the event. And every day I'm going to go live and I'm going to give you a 2-minute video or less of your challenge for the day. It could be a journal prompt. It could be an exercise, like a quick, movement challenge. It could be a nutrition or a walking challenge or a water challenge. Okay. Either way, I've got 31 phenomenal fun days planned for you. You can join that free group in the Healthy Hustle. No questions asked. Just join, come on over and enjoy the benefits of having an amazing community that supports all things health, mental health, physical health, and emotional health. All right. So I'd love to see you over there. The link is below. Drop your favorite aha and takeaway from today's training now in the chat so that I can see what you can appreciate. And with that, a good work-life balance, it has numerous positive effects. You guys know this, including less stress, lower risk of burnout, and a greater sense of well-being. This, like, creating a sense of balance and ease in your life will benefit not just your employees, not just your employers, not just yourself, but everyone. Everyone's a winner when you get control over your life. Okay, so let's face it. When we are in control and we feel like there's balance and peace, even in the world as chaotic as this, we can do anything. All right, loves, I hope to see you over in the Facebook group, The Healthy Hustle. Let me know once you're over there, and I will tag you in the event so that you don't miss out. Have a beautiful day.